of this organization. Obviously, each and every organization has a different way of working, different way of functioning. So there may be certain changes which may be required to be adopted in this particular ERP. But within the 6 months time, I would suggest that use the ERP as it is, use the functions as it is, and start rolling on into entering the data and doing the regular transaction. And parallelly, whatever the suggestions you feel, so parallelly you suggest those changes to us so that we can incorporate those changes parallelly. Basically, that won't affect the entire project, and again the project would won't come into halt, basically into halt, and it would be much more smoother and efficiently speed up the entire implementation time and project. Next is as that the senior management must be, I would say, highly committed for introducing the CRP. And next is the management intervention and periodic reviews must to keep the ERP live in an organization. As basically, I would say the periodic meetings, monthly meetings, bi-monthly meetings is required very much to take the entire, I would say, the review of the report, basically how the workflow team is working, how the, I would say, the players team is working, so that the entire interest would be actually it would be live, and again the people would be motivated to work with the system, and ERP implementation would again become much more smooth and successful within 6 months of time. So while considering all these factors, if these factors are followed, and those are these are very small issues, but if it is if it is attended with serious efforts and serious concentration, then we won't say that it will require 6 months, but as chairman said, within 3 to 4 months this software can become live and it can go online. So thank you very much, and I would ask now Mr. Vikas to take the mic and to introduce the ERP implementation methodology to all of you. Thank you very much.
Introduce myself as Vikas. I was working with this organization. I am currently
Closer.
Thank you. This is Vikas working with this organization since last 5 years as ERP in charge. Now I am telling you about the implementation process. Just now we have seen the whole process of ERP in very short manner. Then Mr. Swarup has explained you about the advantages as well as disadvantages. But the process comes successfully implementation. When the successful implementation is there, then only we can say as the process is completed. So how to make this process, ERP implementation process to be successful? There are certain things which we are supposed to keep in manner, but we also keep values of the things like in our mind before making of implementation. So such kind of values are like meet the customer expectation for the maximum suitability, maximum stability of the ERP.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So meet the customer expectation for the maximum stability of ERP. What is your expectation? It must be a stable one. Whatever you are expecting has to be stabilized manner. So we'll keep in mind, meet the budgetary requirement. The budgetary requirement of the organization should not go to exceed. So that also we keeps in our mind, because if it is being exceeding, then again the satisfaction level comes down. Then next is smooth and seamless implementation. Third is smooth integration and stabilization. If these things are to be goes on proper manner, then only the implementation process can be succeeded. So all these have to achieve only because of your customer satisfaction. If you will be satisfied for the implementation point of view, then only the product goes succeeded. Then implementation process has required certain prerequisites. So what are prerequisites like your infrastructure readiness? First is infrastructure readiness comes your Oracle server. Okay, there is Oracle software is important in this. Oracle leadership process is taken care of. This is being taken care of. Now the major part. See, every implementation comes when the teamwork is there. Okay, comes succeeded when the teamwork is there. So, what are the teams required from your point of view? For the implementation point of view, from your side, will be a project coordinator, then core coordinator for OMS and IMS, core coordinator for AMS, institute-based coordinator, and data entry operators. Now, what are the major roles of the each coordinator that we'll explain later on? We'll just smallly explain you about the what is OMS. OMS, that means Office Management System coordinators is required from each college. Then Inventory Management System and AMS will be the Acquisition Management System. So these 5 types of coordinators we require from your side to make it very successful implementation. Now, how will be the fee structure of this whole required coordinators? The very first level, there will be a project coordinator who will be taking care of complete implementation process. That will be called as a project coordinator. For project coordinator, there will be a separate set of 2 different OMS, IMS, and AMS coordinators. There are 2 levels. Level 1 will be a OMS and IMS coordinator. Level 2 will be a AMS coordinator. Then for OMS and IMS coordinator, there will be a sub-coordinators. Who will be the sub-coordinators from the college itself? There will be a coordinators from the for the OMS and IMS implementation. And similarly, like for AMS, there will be a sub-coordinators and data entry operator. Why this data entry operator is required? For making of the entries into the ERP system. That is very crucial. Then there will be a campus. You will be having so many campuses. So we require a digital coordinator for each campus separately. This implementation process will goes on 3 different phases. The first phase of implementation will starting with the OMS, Office Management System. Then the second phase of implementation will be your academic management system, and third will be your IMS. Now, as per the requirement of the modules, see each OMS, IMS, and AMS system is having different modules. But as per the requirement of the modules launching at your location, these whole 3 modules, whole 3 phases can be carried out simultaneously also. It doesn't mean that the once the OMS will be implemented, then only will jump for the AMS. It can be run simultaneously as per the requirement. The important part is data gathering and classification. Now, how this implementation process will start? So, from here only, the implementation process, how it will be started, that I am going to explain. Data gathering and classification. You are providing the data in specific format. Like if whatever the format you have, in that format, if you are providing us the data, then it has to be migrated in a system. No. There are certain standardization that we have made in our system. So, with the help of that standardized data, if we are receiving that data, then it is possible to convert and export, or the migration of data will be possible. Then once the data is received, we are validating that data. Unless until it has not been validated, so there could be a possibility of data redundancy will be there, data garbage will be there. So it has to be validated before entering into the system. So we'll do the steps of validation. Then data migration. Once the data is validated and it is okay for the system, then it has to be directly migrated into the system. Some of the data that will not be migrated, will not possible to migrate, that has to be entered by the operators. Then next is data configuration. Once the data is configured, data configuration, that means what? Whatever the input that you are providing, that has to be configured as per the model requirement into the system. So once it is a parameter, sir has explained that it is a parameter based system. So whatever the things that you are providing has to be parameterized into the system, is nothing but the configuration of the modules. And finally, generation of the specimen reports and signing of the models. What does it mean? That once the data is configured and entered into the system, we'll have a report, we'll make a report and we'll send it to you for your confirmation. Once it is being confirmed, and that particular model is taken as a sign of models. Our training program is designed in such a way that the end user, what is the main expectation, what we are expecting basically, you should understand the system functionality very well. So that is our main part. So we design in such a way that at least you should understand the system and functionality more working different models and become confident and comfortable with those. Unless and until if you are not understand the system and what exactly that you are supposed to do in that, so we'll let you confirm that what kind of a role that you are supposed to play into the ERP system. It is very clear to you what kind of a role that you should play, and once it is clear for you, then the making of the transactions or making of the entries or generating of the reports is very using of that is possible. And our training methods are available in various methods like will be providing. Is I'm going very fast or what? No, it's okay. Because time is limited. Our training methods are available in various formats like on-site training while implementing. Sir has just now told you that we are over here for demonstration or for your training. So we are here for your training. Then off-site training also will provide in such a way. We are using certain tools at our end. We are using tools like there will be a team viewer, login PC, and user manual. We'll be having a team viewer at our location. Similarly, team viewer at your location, it has to be connected and talking to each other. To the team viewer. Certain tools that we are using for the training purpose, and few sessions of classroom training. If it is required, certain classroom trainings like one-to-one training, so that can be also possible. So that will provide if it is required. So we are with you for the training point of view. Then we provide support services in very professional manner, like by allotting dedicated email ID. We are having a dedicated email ID at our location, on which that is, if it this will be a unique email ID. So that's why what will happen, whatever the queries is arises from you, whatever the questions is arises from you, that is in a single location. Okay, so we are allotting a dedicated email ID, telephone lines. We are having a dedicated telephone lines for your services. You can call for that on that particular lines. Then by providing standardized formats for registering the solution. Whatever the queries that you will have, it is not comes in any manner. We are having a standardized format for that. So we'll be providing that standardized format to you. Then in that particular, you have to define your query. So that means what exactly you want to say. You are not supposed to think for that. What I am going to write. Everything will be there related to the models, related to your queries. You just have to give your things like what exactly you want, and that will be given in that format. So it is easy for you. And by generating unique complaint registration number, then what will happen? Whatever the queries that you are sending to us, we'll be providing a unique number for that. For each and each query, there will be a unique number. So with the reference of that unique number, you can think whatever the query you are defining is having a unique number. That means the setting of the query, like kahan gaya aapka query, whatever the query you are asking will not be disturbed. I mean to say it has not been repeated. So we will be providing complaint registration number for each queries. So with the help of that CRL number, you will come to know about the whenever we revert back that particular queries. So आपको पता चलेगा that query का जो भी whatever the details of that query or solution with the help of that number only. And each suggestion is classified in proper category and the client is notified for the category and for results.
YouTube पे जाके ना प्रवरा
And what is our expectation basically? We'll be providing a unique email ID, so we expect the similar from your end also, which helps us to understand or to know the thing, whatever queries is coming from you. If it is from the unique mail ID, then we can easily access we can easily make it classified. Okay, so unique email ID is required from your side. Then client while registering the suggestion should mention the name of employee. Now why it is required? So if anybody can send, if any employee is sending their query directly to our panel, then what will happen? It may be possible that we are not seeing that if it is not coming from that unique mail ID from your side. So you should send it from the unique mail ID as well as your name should be there. That means while if we are having any questions on that, we can directly contact to that particular employee and contact that employee and get the exact information. Also, we require the snaps of the things like GUI is more better understanding thing. So if you are sending in a GUI format, graphical user interface that is a snap format, then it is very easy to understand and will easily revert back to you. So we are just giving a very clean implementation process. We will be having a very standardized process. So if with the help of that standardized process, you feel very comfortable to be communicated with people and to let us know about the things and all. So. And the very important part, although we are providing all the value-added things in our ERP system, and we are providing the best part of the ERP system, but still, we are requiring valuable suggestions from you for more enhancing the system. Okay, if it is valuable suggestions come from you, we'll be taking care of that also, and then we can get it as a suggestion from you into the ERP system. It is more better understand, more enhancing the product. In very short time, in very short time again explaining whatever I'm explaining right now. First thing is very important. The data has to come. The data must come from your side into a standardized format which we are providing to you. The format is given by we people. The data has to be kept in that particular format and given back to us for migration point of view or for validation point of view and for the configuration point of view. This is first thing. Second part is important, that is you have to provide email ID, unique email ID from your side. For our convenience also, from your convenience we will be having
this is going to be implemented in 20 institutes, 20 principals are not going to give you. These are going to be coordinated with the coordinator. Don't argue on it now. 20 principals are not going to be dealing with you. It will be a central coordinator of the Pravara Rural Education who will give you the email ID. So I don't think this, whatever formats and this, that, they don't know what is the format as yet. And then when that comes in, we'll see. Here we want to deal with points which the principals are concerned with. Because they're
last one. Last one. See, project coordinator. Now I am telling about the roles and responsibilities.
Again, this is centrally very the team I'll highlight it to you. This is all being taken care of. I'll tell you, and then if you have any doubt, you can clarify with the coordinator. See, with the coordinator for Pravara Rural Education Society are two professors of computer technology. So now those two professors understand your language, they know what is to be done. They will be dealing with you. 20 principals are not going to appoint 20 project coordinators. Understand that. There is Pravara Rural Education Society as such has got two professors appointed, engineering college, computer department professors, who are who is the chief coordinator, and in case he goes on leave or something, so we are having two professors. They are the ones which will be interacting with workflow at the IS level. So then, above that, only when the issue is required to be raised, it has to be raised with Mr. Vidya, and it can be taken up with me or the executive chair.
No, I'm talking about the modules related.
Modules related is I'll tell you what modules related is each principal is appointing for 3 groups, that is OMS, academic, and other inventory. For each principal is appointing 2 people. Their names are already with us. They are ready. We can give you the names. So they are for the different districts. In addition, each principal is appointing a coordinator for that particular school or college. Now those people are reporting. We have an IT department here. The department again has got people who are Ravi, who will be coordinating with you. So IT support and hardware, software is all different. That is being handled by IT. The project implementation team basically is at society level, and each of these have got their own people. So you have to deal with those people. We'll give you the names, their email IDs, telephone numbers, whatever it is. Because at this stage, we don't want to be wasting time of 100 people. Yeah, because they neither understand nor will be able to do anything.
I'm just trying to explain what kind of a structure basically is
No,
required.
but they're not in, at this stage, they're not in a position to grasp it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
It's basically now they need to understand how are they going to benefit by the ERP and what people they have, because they have to train accounts. We train 2 people from each institute. Subsequently, there are 6 people in the accounts and finance and fees and this department. They have to be trained.
Then sir, we can take you on.
Yeah, okay. I'll just because I'll just take 5 minutes and 2 minutes and tell you what we have done so that then Mr. Vidya can take it from here. See, I'm basically going to be addressing the principals and the heads of departments because those are the ones who will get this going initially, and subsequently they are the ones who have to realize that it is to be implemented. Some of the points, valid points, which are naturally concerning the workflow team, which we are aware of and which will take cognizance of. Now, as far as the thing is concerned, as far as the senior management, right from executive chairman to the head office of the society is concerned, we are totally committed to ERP. We want it to be implemented as early as possible. If not, so like Ashok said, it can be maximum. We are talking of 6 months, but we'll be very happy if we can do it in 4 months or 3 months. The priority is first we'll be doing the organization model, which basically deals with the accounts and the finance and fees and all this. Why? Obviously, because we would like this to be completed by 31st March so that we can take forward the opening balances and start the new financial year on 1st April with the ERP system. So that is the first objective or goal we have in mind. Simultaneously with this, we'll start the implementation of other modules. That is. So it is not that you have to wait for this to start. If good thing we can implement. As far as I can understand their concerns and this, suggestions, modifications are welcome, but we will not look at them till the ERP is implemented. So let that be very clear. Suggestions for any kind of modifications, you are welcome. Please forward them, set them. The ERP coordinators will and the IT department will compile them, but we'll do nothing about it till such time you use the system as is there. After all, if 450 institutes are using it, I'm sure that there is some merit and method in the madness. So let us first adopt to the existing systems, use it, then again review those suggestions. Anything which comes to your mind, put it down, note it, send it. Like I said, it will be noted, compiled, kept, but no action will be taken. So you can be rest assured on that. For initial stages, we do not want to tinkle with the system and cause delay and difficulties in implementing the system as it is. So first and the foremost will be to understand what is there, and then we'll do whatever is required. As far as the organization structure is concerned, principals are all aware. They have been, some of them have been involved in the earlier discussion stages. A lot of effort, more than last 8 months or 10 months, has gone into selecting a suitable ERP. We have spent hours and hours looking and hearing presentations and this, a lot of things. So something for many of you may be first time. You are seeing it first time, so you may get some bright ideas. Almost all ideas are welcome. But understand that finally, out of the available and what is suitable, mutual compatibility as far as our terms, what we wanted and what the vendor could provide, all that has been done. So please respect that homework which has been done. There is no need to reinvent the wheel every time. So keep that in mind. Understand what a module has, how can it be used. There is no way, if we are a 52 years old institute, education society, take it from me, if we have been doing something in a particular fashion, 90% chances are there is a better method available and we did not go by that old system. So don't try to apply the whatever practice you are doing to the ERP. ERP is based on a logic, one method of working, understand that method of working, see if you can adopt it, if you can work on it, that is good. The organization structure which will be working with the workflow team is, we have 2 professors from engineering college here in Loni. Basically, for those of you who have not been, we have 2 basic campuses being taken care of. Now, one is Loni as such. Within that, you have the North and South Engineering Campus, the Girls Campus, PPS and the Semi School, and the PVP. These are, but they are all close by located. They have internet connectivity. We have a 100 Mbps line which gives thing. So those things have been taken care of. The second campus is the single campus, which has again in one complex has 4 colleges. They again have a 20 Mbps line which is distributing the. So connectivity is not a problem. Hardware will be finalizing today and ordering it. That will come into place. Now these 2 professors from the computer engineering department are the main coordinators as far as the workflow team is concerned. So whatever has to be raised to the level of Mr. Ajay Vidya or to Ashok or me has to come from them. If there is any assistance required, we are a big education institution. We have Indian college principals, vice principals, HODs. We can seek and take their help, but we don't want to involve them because we don't want the education to suffer. They have already given us 2 professors who will be working on this, so they'll be working. We have a training hall which is here. Some of you must have seen it. So there is a 15 computers LAN created with a overhead projector. This facility is going to be exclusively for the ERP implementation for next 6 months. So whether your initial people, like 2 people each from each college have been nominated, the IT department will give you their names for the people. They will be responsible in addition to the one of the senior person who is who will be coordinator from each college for all 3. So these people will deal into each of the groups. In addition, the central departments, departmental heads will all be involved. Like from account side, we have Mr. Kurkute, who has been given this responsibility of implementation as related to account finance and this. Same way, we'll have a person from the purchase side, a purchase person from the security or the garages. So these are which provide services to all, and they will have their representatives as far as their own departmental functioning is concerned. So besides the central departments, as far as each school and colleges, and as you go over it, as far as review is concerned, the interaction between the IT team, the workflow team, and our coordinators initially will be every week, and once a month we'll have a review with the Mr. Ajay Vidya, executive chairman, myself. We'll all sit down, depending on you send the agenda, we'll fix a meeting and we'll have a review on a month basis. But this is existing. I don't think there should be. As far as data entry concerned, there is a lot of, we have a fairly large number of non-teaching staff. Some of them are not so familiar with the digital functioning, but this is a good opportunity for them to be trained. So we would like this facility to be used not only for training the trainers, but further each college asks for the time with IT. When you want to train your own people, train them. Otherwise, those who are not employable or cannot work in the system will have to be perforce sent to the agriculture college for cultivation of land and other aspects. So choice is yours. So please, these are two major initiatives we have planned, which will bring about a quantum change in our quality of education for the next academic year. So please give your wholehearted support to implementation of ERP. We have to do it in time. And second is, you're planning for the whole year as well as the budgets for the whole year, because this nonsense of every time asking, I want this money, I want this cash, I want this, that, has to stop. We just can't go on like this. So you have to get your budgets approved. If they are not approved, as far as I am concerned, your money transactions will stop. If the chairman doesn't give me your school or college's approved budget by end of March, as far as accounts and finance department is concerned, that college or school will be blacklisted. No salaries, no money, no funds, nothing. So choice is yours. You want to do it in time and do it well, do it. And if the budget is approved, the benefit is whatever is there in the budget, the purchase department, stores or garages, they will not ask a single question to you. You have to just tell them, this is this, it is already there in the budget, please do it. So they will do it. So 80% of the work will be as per that. So I'm happy all of you are attending. Now the training session will continue for organization management group modules for today and tomorrow. 2 days we are having this training. Simultaneously, as you want to other things, today I will tell the IT daily arrange a meeting for other coordinators and others. Now, since principals' time is premium and I don't want to delay them, I will request Mr. Vidya to spare 5-10 minutes. So the principals, if they have any doubts, they can ask him the questions. And to save time, I'm thankful to all of you for coming and giving a patient hearing. I hope you got a glimpse of the ERP, that is the principles, and how it is going to help us in the main aim of doing all this is we want to reduce the administrative workload and the time taken of principals and teaching staff in doing all this support services work. This has to be done by the departments seamlessly, and the teaching staff and principals should be having responsibility for a few events in a year and their own thing, and they have, because there is, we have to focus on improving the quality of education. Ultimately, the student should get better and better quality education. That is the aim. The rest of things are to that extent secondary. They are important, but they are basically to support the students. So please cooperate, help, and get motivated. Be prepared to work hard if required, and let's make it a grand success. Thank you.
Sir, I have got some suggestions. In the last 5 years, I used the ERP, and initially providers they accept, but later on they find it difficult. Specifically, the data which we in colleges, the senior colleges and the engineering colleges require the data is mostly Excel sheet.